If you're struggling with insomnia, you've probably at one point asked yourself, how long is this going to take to fix? And if you've already been stuck in this cycle for months or even years, it's totally understandable to feel frustrated, discouraged, and maybe even afraid that something's really wrong with you. But I want to give you a completely different perspective, because for many people, it actually doesn't have to take long at all. In fact, the more you expect it to take forever, the more you're accidentally reinforcing the very patterns that are keeping you stuck in the insomnia cycle. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what actually impacts how long it takes to fix insomnia and what you can do to start sleeping better way faster than you think. If you're new here, I'm Meredith Louden. I'm a former insomniac turned sleep coach, and now I help people all over the world retrain their minds and bodies to sleep naturally again without sleep aids or strict routines. I totally get it. You're tired, you just want your life back, and you want to know when things are finally going to change. But here's something that most people don't realize. When you constantly ask, how long will this take? You're actually creating distance between you and the sleep that you want. You're putting the solution somewhere off far into the future, and that keeps your brain in a state of waiting rather than allowing sleep to happen right now. So instead of asking how long it's going to take, let's focus on what really determines the timeline. Here are 3 factors that actually impact how long it takes to fix insomnia. The first one is, how much pressure are you putting on yourself to sleep? If you're lying in bed trying to force sleep, hyper aware, analyzing every sensation in your body, mentally counting down how many hours are left until your alarm goes off, that pressure is its own form of stress. And when your brain is in problem-solving mode or fix-it mode, it can't be resting and sleeping. The more you try to perfect your sleep by tracking it, timing, researching, overmanaging it, it can actually backfire, especially for high achievers or perfectionist type A personalities like me, right? This becomes one more thing to solve, to fix, which actually keeps your nervous system wired and on high alert. The second thing is, are you addressing the root of the problem or just the symptoms? Sleeping pills and supplements might offer short-term relief, but they don't retrain your brain. That's why they rarely work long-term. They also don't reprogram your nervous system to feel safe again, and they definitely don't help you unlearn the patterns that got you stuck in this sleepless loop in the first place. This is why sleep hygiene tips like turning off screens and avoiding caffeine, they aren't fixing the issue either. Those tips are way too surface level, right? Because when your brain and body are stuck in survival mode, your nervous system literally doesn't believe that it's safe to let go and rest. Even if your bedroom is dark and cool, even if you want to sleep, your body is staying on high alert. What actually creates lasting change is learning how to communicate with the survival part of your brain, the part that's been keeping you wired, alert, and unable to relax at night. I help my clients and members of my Sleep Success online course do this using subconscious reprogramming techniques. These are the tools that speak directly to your nervous system and your subconscious mind, so they understand that they can finally let go, let down their guard, and allow sleep to happen naturally. This is where so many of my clients start to see real change, and often much faster than they expected. In fact, here are just a few examples of people who literally surprised themselves at how quickly their sleep shifted. All they did was follow a process that addressed the root cause of their insomnia on a subconscious level. Now, the third thing that impacts how long it's going to take to get rid of insomnia is, how much are you letting sleep control your life? This might sound a little counterintuitive, but many people put their lives on pause until they're sleeping better. They're afraid to go on vacation because what if they don't sleep? Or they say things like, if only I could sleep, then I'd be able to fill in the blank, right? They might even stop going out late at night, stop doing their hobbies, and become hyper fixated and hyper focused on how everything they're doing during the day might be impacting their sleep. But here's the thing. All of that hyper focus on sleep is actually sending the wrong signal to your brain, because when your brain is constantly monitoring, analyzing, and worrying about sleep, it's in problem-solving mode, and that triggers the survival response in your nervous system, which keeps you wired and alert when what you really want to be doing is resting and sleeping. So instead, what starts to shift things is when you stop letting sleep dictate your choices and you start living your life again with intention. When you start putting energy towards creating a life you actually enjoy living, one that includes joy, meaning, purpose, creativity, that signals to your brain, we're safe now. And sleep problems rarely exist in an internal environment where joy and fulfillment are present. So instead of asking, how long is this going to take? Let's shift the question to what does it actually take to start sleeping? Because when you focus on the right things, reducing the pressure that you're putting on yourself to sleep, addressing the real root causes, and reconnecting with your life instead of constantly monitoring your sleep, real change can happen so much faster than you think. If this is resonating with you, make sure you go to my website next and watch my free masterclass to help you sleep naturally. This is where I do a deep dive into the strategy that I teach my clients to retrain their mind and body to sleep automatically again. The link is in the description below. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What was your biggest takeaway from this video? Let me know what stood out to you the most. I read every comment and it really helps others find this video as well. Good sleep can happen any day now. It could even happen tonight. Instead of trying to predict a future that you don't want, experiment with living in the possibility that maybe tonight is where everything finally shifts for you.